Hello again, sophomores. This is 5 Things About an American Childhood in 5 minutes. An American Childhood is a memoir written by Annie Dillard. A memoir is a kind of non-fiction text that uses narrative devices to tell a story from memory. So it's all real, but it's told like a novel. And it's taken from the author's memory, which complicates things a little. Our memories are tricky, and sometimes they're not always 100% accurate. In the excerpt, for example, Annie is only 5 years old. That's not a time that most of us remember very well. The details from the excerpt tell us a whole lot about the author's early life from things we can infer, but it's never stated. For example, for every morning the neighborhood's emptied, and all vital activity, it seemed, set forth for parts unknown. The men left in a rush, they flung on coats, and the Catholic school children left in a rush. I saw them from our dining room windows. The boys banged the car's fenders with their hands, with their jackets' elbows, or their books. From those lines, we can infer Annie's family and the neighborhood where she lives are well off. Students go to Catholic schools, most likely private. The early morning rush shows that everyone is employed and everyone has a car. Later on, Annie even describes having a maid. This whole excerpt is more about the absence of something than it really is about anything really happening. The early morning rush is described and the time period is given, but nothing else really happens. Instead, Dillard describes the nothingness and the sounds that invade that nothingness. The walls squeaked, the pipes knocked, the screen door trembled, the furnace banged, and the radiators clanged. This is a fascinating text about what happens after the chaos and noise of war. What's left? In a way, Dillard answers that question by allowing us to be with her when she makes the self-discovery of what it means to be alive. What a marvel it was, she says, that the day so often introduced itself with a firm footfall nearby. What a marvel it was that so many times a day the world, like a church bell, reminded me to recall and contemplate the durable fact that I was here and had awakened once more to find myself set down in a going world. What sounds are a comfort to you in your day-to-day? What are the daily occurrences that allow you to feel that you are alive and you have a place in this world? If you don't know, then go out and discover those things. Take time to just sit and listen and be. Figurative language is language writers use to produce images in readers' minds and to express ideas in fresh, vivid, imaginative ways. Sometimes this is done by comparing something to something else. Like in the case of a metaphor, life is a road we all travel on with twists and turns. Something like that. It's a metaphor. Personification is the most common piece of figurative language we find here. Personification is when an author will write about an object, a concept, or something in nature as if it were a person and could do person-y things. For example, sometimes we act like Death is a person, giving him a scythe and a robe. In the novel The Book Thief, Death even narrates the story. In this excerpt, we get other examples. You are living, the icebox motor said. It is morning, morning here in the kitchen, and you are in it, the icebox motor said, or the dripping faucet said, or any of the 100 other noisy things that only children can't stop hearing. Even the icebox and faucet have become living, telling Dillard that she is indeed alive, something she questions in the silence. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section on Google Classroom. I want to make the best videos that I can make, and I want to make sure that they help you to answer the questions. That's it for now. See you next week.